Today, the $16 billion FTX repayment will be getting started, and already today, the FTX team sent already over 1 Bitcoin as test transaction, and right now today, we're literally going to get $16 billion in stimulus hitting the market. So, I will of course talk about the most important Bitcoin charts and patterns. I'm gonna be talking about this consolidation phase and what could be happening next year with this upcoming massive amount of money re-entering the market right now here. So without any further ado, guys, this video will be once again packed with important information. Bitcoin is still in this major consolidation phase, which I exactly discussed on many videos before as well. I'm gonna give my heads up, my price targets, and much more on today's update video, so don't forget to once again slap all that like button back above. 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated, and with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content to kick off the video with, of course, FTX sending their first test transaction, indicating and showing us everything is still exactly on track to, of course, start to see the $16 billion repayment come very soon here. I mean, one thing is for certain, not the entire payment will be happening today here, because over $11.2 million Solana, worth over $2 billion, could be hitting the market a little bit later. It's allocated to be happening on March the 1st. And this is also one of the reasons why Solana has dumped so heavily, because yeah, there will be literally $2 billion worth of sell pressure re-entering the market. And yeah, ultimately that is quite a bad thing for the entire market. But the rest of the money, the $16.2 billion, will be getting rewarded back to the users in stablecoins. So ultimately, that will allow more buy pressure to re-enter the market. So $16 billion worth of buy pressure entering the market, that is going to be having some massive effects on the price action on Bitcoin. So on the imminent short term here, we do see, of course, that Bitcoin is right now still consolidating. It's trading below the CME futures price here, and like my forecast is, and like it has always been on the previous weekends, I would is likely to be expecting that this CME gap is going to be likely get filled up around Wednesday, and maybe a little bit later here, but still, the likelihood is that, of course, the CME gap will eventually be filled up. Do not fade it. If I'm going to be looking back at all the previous weekends, and I have to go to a little bit of a lower time frame, you can see last weekend it got filled up here. Then the weekend before that, it took us till Monday, so that wasn't all too bad, to be very honest. That weekend before that, it took us till Wednesday till we filled up the CME gap. Then before that, it was Monday. Then before that, it was just the weekend itself. And yeah, you can see that every single weekend is different. Here as well, it was Tuesday. Here as well, you saw we created the CME gap and we filled it up only on Wednesday. So it is very normal to see these CME gaps getting created for quite a long time here. So maybe it's going to get only filled up tomorrow. But yeah, make sure to keep this in your back of your mind, since CME gaps tend to get filled up almost every single time whenever they are created. So Bitcoin is right now still in the bigger perspective phase in a major consolidation, and I discussed it on multiple occasions before here. Really, for me, whenever we break above 99,000 US dollars, I would confirm and call, of course, a bullish breakout towards the upside. And if we break below the lower side, which is sitting around 95,000 US dollars, then, of course, I would be confirming a bearish breakdown here. So you can see also in this consolidation phase, the top side clearly providing resistance, lower side clearly providing support, and whenever we break above either of these directions, we are going to be just seeing the next major breakout on Bitcoin. And if we're looking at the higher time frames, we're still seeing somewhat of a descending triangle getting created, a big support line on the lower side, a big downward sloping resistance on the top side. The price action on Bitcoin is just getting compressed here. And here on the daily time frame, we are starting to see potentially that we're going to be having a breakdown. So it's going to be important where this daily candle is going to be closing for Bitcoin. I mean, ultimately, we're right now seeing that the market is in quite fear here. I mean, before we were of course in extreme greed. Now fear is re-entering, and every single time the market is fearful, it actually has provided an amazing opportunity in the market. As well, if we're going to compare Bitcoin anything to gold, and I mean, we've seen some very pro things getting stated by Elon Musk and Donald Trump about gold, and of course in comparison to Bitcoin, that it of course is not audited, and that Bitcoin is audited, of course. But yeah, gold is sitting, of course, in that breakout towards new all-time highs. Well, Bitcoin clearly has not pushed up higher ever since here. And I mean, the consolidation phases, they do look very similar towards each other. Then also, Bitcoin on the weekly time frame is creating somewhat of a very interesting pennant. We're just seeing a very big consolidation phase getting created. You can not only see it on the daily time frame, but also on the bigger perspective, right? Bitcoin is just compressing, and whenever the compression is going to be over, we're going to be having a major breakout. You can see it clearly on the weekly time frame. Downward sloping resistance line, upward sloping support line. Bitcoin is just getting compressed, and at the moment it's going to be breaking out here, we're just going to see another major move for Bitcoin. So I'm super excited for that, what is going to be happening next year. And all in all, we're just waiting to see that next compression phase for Bitcoin whenever it's going to be breaking out here. I mean, as well, Ethereum, it is looking way stronger compared to a lot of other altcoins. I mean, people look to be done with meme coins, so I do really think that Ethereum could be returning into strength here. And one of the things here, like we have seen, of course, that the Donald Trump Liberty Finance has been accumulating a lot of Ethereum and Bitcoin. And the reason why they're probably doing so is because, let's say, the sovereign wealth fund of the United States of America wants to accumulate Bitcoin. How are they going to do so? They can only do it through the ETF. So what can they realistically only accumulate? They can realistically only accumulate Bitcoin and Ethereum. And of course, what is going to have the biggest effect on the charts? It's going to be Ethereum. And that is why potentially World Liberty Finance is maybe accumulating tons and tons of Ethereum right now on the market. So a very interesting thesis in my opinion, and I do really think we could be in for some major treats here on the upcoming period in the market. So I'm excited for Ethereum. It is really in a major consolidation phase here if you're going to be approaching it on a bigger perspective time frame. If I go here to the 2-month time frame, you can see, oh damn, we are in a major consolidation phase, and this is literally about to be breaking out anytime soon here. And it could be in for a major breakout towards the upside, up towards levels around $10,000 US, which is of course quite insane if you would ask me here. So if you really want to start to get trading Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, or anything else, guys, I mean, Bitcoin, it is extremely boring right now here. But yeah, we are going to get these insane repayments from FTX here, and I do believe volatility is likely going to be returning anytime soon here. So guys, if you are interested in that, don't forget to check out Blofin in the link description of today's video, because the best way to trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies right now is definitely to do it on the Blofin exchange. Make sure to check it out if it's available in your region, but if it is, there's an insane $100,000 deposit bonus for up on the grabs. So yeah, if you're interested in trading, check it out in the link description of today's video. Further on, today we have not seen any inflows yet here on the spot Bitcoin ETF here. Normally around this time we already have the data, but maybe today there are no inflows, or maybe today everything is just a little bit slower. So we just have to wait for that here. I'm going to be checking it later. Then also, if I'm of course going to be looking at the MACD here on the Bitcoin chart, we can see that the MACD is about to be having a bullish crossover. I mean, so far it has not happened yet here, but whenever the bullish crossover is going to get confirmed, guys, we could be in for a major treat here. And actually as well, if you're just looking at the daily time frame on Bitcoin, you're seeing this chart right now here. Let me remove the drawings. You can just see that Bitcoin creating downward sloping resistance line, and then downward sloping support line, and we're creating somewhat of a falling wedge pattern, and the price action is just perfectly getting squeezed here. And honestly, this is just a very typical bullish bias pattern on Bitcoin. And yeah, whenever we do break the downward sloping trend line, we could be in for a major reversal higher. And that is really what I'm trying to catch here. I'm trying to catch the major reversals because yeah, that is just what I try to do every single time here. But if we're just looking back at, let's say, the last, 15 days, Bitcoin has done nothing. So indeed, it has been very boring. I understand that no one has been watching the videos, but yeah, really, this is the time to not fade the market, especially with this major $16 billion repayment coming in towards the market right now here. So this is it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy it, like the video, don't forget to slap on that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys back again tomorrow on another update video. Peace out. Goodbye.